Just pull your chair up close to your radio. Tune it up good and loud. Tune it up good and loud. Tune it up good and loud.
Good morning, Captain.
Like to check your licenses, boys.
Good morning to you.
Live all across Big Sky Country, it's the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. The Montana Outdoor Radio Show is brought to you statewide by Missoula Chevrolet, home of the official truck of the captain, Vibrant Hearing, Warrior Boats, Tire-Rama, Gretz RV and Marine, and by Placer Motors, your local Subaru dealer in Helena. And now, from the command center, here's the captain and his crew on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Hey, but first, let's take a look at your weather forecast for northeast Montana. Looks like this today, partly cloudy, a slight chance of rain showers in the morning, then a chance of rain showers increasing in the afternoon. Highs in the lower to mid-60s. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a slight chance of rain showers. Lows in the lower to mid-40s. Sunday, rain showers likely in the morning. Then we're going to do some slight thunderstorms with rain showers in the afternoon and evening. Highs in the mid-50s to lower 60s. Now remember, gang, you can always get the latest in outdoor news, detailed weather forecasts, and a link to our latest podcast. That features my friend Jennifer Patrick. She's the project manager of the Joint River Board of Control, and that's for the Milk River Project. Now, she talks about the horrible disaster that stopped the water from flowing from St. Mary's, that's near Glacier Park, all the way to Glasgow. That's when the big St. Mary's siphon blew out. So, you're going to learn when that may get fixed, and will that water supply tend to get a little more consistent, like in Nelson and Fresno reservoirs and that. So be listening for that. It is a really interesting podcast. That and more is awaiting for you at the go-to website, montanooutdoor.com.
And that there Riggercast brought to you by Superior Hardwoods of Montana. Back with the captain in the Weekend Review in 1 minute.
They don't make it like they used to, but at Superior Hardwoods, we've made it our mission to keep the old alive. We're talking about 11 acres of reclaimed wood, wall paneling, lumber, flooring, trim, beams, and more. Each piece with a story, each one ready to become part of yours. Want something custom? We can mill to fit your vision perfectly, because true craftsmanship never goes out of style. When you choose reclaimed wood, you're not just getting beauty and strength, you're reclaiming America's history. You're giving new life to old barns, factory, and homesteads, and you're helping protect the future with the values of reduce, reuse, recycle. Stop in and explore the history for yourself in Missoula, or take a peek online at superior-hardwoods.com. Superior Hardwoods, where history lives on, one board at a time.
Hey friends, when in Helena, be sure to shop Capital Sports. They are Montana outdoor approved for hunting and fishing.
One board at a time. Good morning, everyone. I am the captain with one fish a day. No. Anyway, I'm at the Fort Peck headquarters, Montana Outdoor Radio Show, Fort Peck headquarters. In the command center, we have the director, Dead-Eye Denny. Good morning, Denny.
Oh, good morning, Captain.
We have Miguel Lay, who is manning the phones, and Kootenai Quinn, who has fired up the stove and the oven in the MontanaOutdoor.com kitchens. And she's going to be cooking up later on in the show. And Downrigger Dale, my old buddy, is, yeah. You know, a little chilly over here last night, 47 degrees. I actually had to turn the furnace up in the fifth wheel, the Brett's fifth wheel. Yeah, I had to turn the furnace. I turn it up in the morning. I like to sleep when it's kind of cold, but you get up in the morning, when your knees are knocking, you want to make sure that you can stop that, so you turn on the heat.
Yeah.
And then they got this electric fireplace in that fifth wheel, too, that's kind of nice.
It is.
Ambiance.
We had some tournament time yesterday. Yes, sir. The walleye circuit has started, and the Crooked Creek Walleye Tournament, which is held out of the marina this year and the past few years. 48 teams participated. The wind was coming out of the northwest, and it was rough. In fact, I talked to Colby Tognetti, who is from Lewistown. He's the son of actually the Tognetti's own sports center over there. He was fishing yesterday. He said he lost his trolling motor batteries about noon. Now, I was just thinking to myself, if Downrigger Dale and I were out there and I lost my trolling motor batteries about noon, I couldn't, I'd have to take my hearing aids out so I wouldn't be able to hear him sniveling and whining and asking me questions like, how could that possibly happen, Captain? And I texted him this morning and I said, what did you do? He said, well, we back trolled with a big motor into the wind.
Boy.
Said he ended up catching a 25-inch walleye. But the top teams seem to figure it out. And first place, Chris McFadden of Townsend and Brian Phipps of Jordan with 48.88 pounds. That's just about, obviously, 50 pounds. And it could correlate into a 100-pound tournament because the second day is today, and the weather's going to be considerably nicer today as far as the wave action is concerned. Second place, Wayne Wilcox of Billings and Zeke Gordon of Bozeman, 45.88 pounds. Third place, 43.34 pounds, Jeff Darlington and Eric Linville, both of Three Forks. Now, it seems like the top teams, it's almost like you're reading the top teams from the Canyon Ferry Walleye Festival because they're from Three Forks and Townsend and Helena. Fourth place was Brad Novak and Andy Brown, both of Helena, 33.44 pounds. And then fifth place was Ben Walker of Clyde Park and Mike Harvey of Townsend, 32.26 pounds. You can see the complete roster of 48 teams and see how they fared. There was a few zeros out there, which is understandable. Rigger, do you have any idea why that would be that the folks from Townsend, Helena, Three Forks are all doing better in the tournament yesterday?
That baffles me a little bit. Chris is a dang good fisherman, and one thing that he understands well is those electronics. Now, though, when it's rough like that, I don't know how reliable the electronics are. Is that side imaging and that, does that tend to go on the fritz a bit when it's rough, or is it still pretty reliable?
Well, if you get out of the wind, but I don't know if they can get out of the wind yesterday because it was northwest, and that's a pretty tough wind to get out of. The live scope doesn't work nearly as well, but it's, everybody's got the same conditions, and it's like where you go, I guess you pick the places that you're going to go, and if you can get there because of the wind, then you're fishing them because you've already pre-fished the tournament and you spotted some fish and you just got to get them to go. And that's, but it just surprises me that those folks from that part of the country are doing so well on the Fort Peck. Now, understand that I don't know what the boundaries are in this. They can go down to the dry arm. They can go, I think, all the way to Hell Creek. I'm not sure. So it's a big body of water, and because the tournament's based out of the marina. So,
okay.
I guess it'd be kind of nice to get the winners on the podcast maybe next week of this tournament and ask them that question,
Yeah, I've got a podcast scheduled for next week, but we might be able to move some things around, or maybe we can get a hold of him this morning.
Say, maybe talk to them.
Yeah, I've got his number here, so I'll.
Well, the problem is they aren't going to give you any info this morning. They aren't going to give you any information. Why would they?
Well, I don't know.
Maybe excited and want to talk
Share
about
and
Well,
share
they're right in the middle
alike.
of a tournament.
Share and share alike.
You know, it's like
Maybe
okay,
to throw them all off the
you
path.
hit 2 home runs. You hit 2 home runs off of this pitcher, and you right in the middle of the baseball game. It's the 6th inning. And you go, hey, can we talk to you? You know how they talk to players and coaches now
Are you
during the
going to
game?
throw a curve or a slider or?
What are you keying off anyway? Yeah. So anyway, we got news from the field with Greg Lemon. It is going to be a great day. I can't believe Memorial Day weekend is next weekend.
That's
blew my
crazy.
mind when.
Yeah, that's here already.
All right, let's get Greg Lemon from Montana Fish Wildlife Parks right here on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Morning, Captain. This week, FWP announced a new series of newsletters to keep the public informed about what we're up to as an agency and to keep them inspired to get outside and enjoy what Montana has to offer. These newsletters will come out weekly and be topical, one for each fishing, hunting, conservation and management, and outdoor recreation. The newsletters will have FWP event information, useful tips, interesting information on FWP projects and staff, and many other features. If you'd like to sign up for these newsletters, please visit our website at fwp.mt.gov. This week, the alternates list opened for non-resident hunters who are interested in purchasing a return combination license. The sign-up window is open until June 30. Once the sign-up period is closed, FWP will randomize the list and reach out to hunters starting with those at the top of the list. To sign up, simply log into your MyFWP account. Once the list is randomized, you can check your status through your MyFWP account. The odds of getting a license through the alternates list varies greatly from year to year. However, more of these licenses become available as we get closer to the fall. Lastly, this week FWP closed the Crystal Cross fishing access site on the upper Yellowstone River due to bear activity in the area. It's a good reminder for people to be bear aware when recreating outdoors. Carry bear spray, recreate in groups, makes noise, and avoid areas with limited visibility if possible. For more great information on protecting yourself in bear country, visit our website at fwp.mt.gov. That's it for this week. Thanks, Captain.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, ooh, pump it up, pump it up.
If you're thirsty for a great beer, try Big Sky 6-packs, only $10.99. Pump It Up members save an additional $3, only $7.99. All at your local Town Pump. Convenient and right down the road.
Town Pump, right down the road. Pump it up, oh yeah.
Hey, First Security Bank wants you to know when it comes time to buy a car, pickup, boat, snowmobile, or ATV. Just see the folks at First Security Bank. Multiple locations in the Missoula and Bitterroot valleys. You won't have to camp out to get service at First Security Bank. Member FDIC. And straight ahead on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show, Placer Motors statewide trivia with Downrigger Dale. What kind of topic do we have this hour, Downrigger?
The topic for this hour's question is, which one did Bob start? You know, old Bob. Which one did he start?
Heck yeah. We'll see if we can make you a winner right after this. Missoula, are you ready to kick off spring in style? Join Brett's RV and Marine for the spring kickoff with the Grizz on Saturday, May 17th from 10 to 2. Live music, delicious food trucks, face painting, and yes, Grizzly football players signing autographs. Enjoy yard games, grab some exclusive swag and giveaways. Bring the whole family for 4 hours of fun, food, and football. While you're there, check out the latest RVs, campers, and outdoor gear because Brett's RV and Marine is your launch pad for adventure this season. It's all Saturday, May 17th, 10 to 2 at Brett's RV and Marine in Missoula.
River and open water fishing can be very productive this time of the year when you know what the fish are biting on. When you shop your Montana Outdoor Approved sporting goods store, you get the best product, service, and advice. In Livingston, shop Yellowstone Sporting Goods. In Glasgow, shop D&G Sports and Western. They all have local knowledge and are Montana Outdoor Approved.
for hunting and fishing. If you love getting out of Montana's lakes and rivers, you know how special our waters are. But pests like zebra mussels and Eurasian watermill foil can harm fishing and boating opportunities.
You can help protect Montana's waters.
Please clean all mud, plants, and debris off your boat, recreational equipment, and fishing gear before you leave the access site. Drain water from motors, live wells, and bilges. Allow your boat and recreational equipment time to dry before the next outing.
And no matter what type of watercraft you use, stop at all roadside inspection stations.
Together we can protect Montana's waters.
Learn more at fwp.mt.gov/AIS.
Attention anglers, when it comes to fishing, only one name stands above the rest: Warrior Boats. Built by fishermen for fishermen, Warrior Boats deliver unmatched stability, performance, and reliability in any waters. From tournament days to quiet mornings, Warrior Boats are designed to help you conquer the water with ease. Built tough and built right. Built for warriors like you. Find your ultimate fishing machine today at warriorboatsinc.com. Warrior Boats. Go farther, fish longer, and own the Montana waters.
Welcome back to the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Here is nature gone mad, revealing an unbelievable world of terror. A world mastered by a monstrous mutation, the spawn of nuclear fury.
Once again, from the command center, here's the captain and his crew.
This is Eric Anderson, the owner of Placer Motors in Helena. Come in and see us today and find out why there's a Subaru, and then there's a Subaru that's been purchased at Placer Motors.
And good morning, 623 Trivia Time with Downrigger Dale, brought to you by Placer Motors. Let's see if we can make you a winner in 1 minute.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2025 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. It'll help you take as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon, plus up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. The 2025 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you. Manufacturer estimated highway fuel economy on 2025 Subaru Outback non-turbo models. Actual mileage may vary. From our lot to your driveway, come see how Placer Subaru in Helena is transforming the car buying experience. Test drive a 2025 Subaru Outback today.
Alrighty, our winner will be getting a first aid kit from Joe Moline in Lewistown. Got a Tiorama pen, Captain's Choice, Max Lure. From Linda at Far Country Press in Helena, the book, The Sharpshooter and the Showman, the true story of May Lily and Pawnee Bill in their Wild West show. A koozie from the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation. From Steve Harada, a Steve's Bail Bonds and Wolf Point utility key ring. It features a bottle opener, a tape measure, and a flashlight. Gosh, how might that come in handy, Downriver?
Well, when Steve gets you out of the clink, might be a good idea to use those to rechannel your life.
Truth. From Kathy Goodman at SilverThreadsOuterwear.com in Great Falls, a Hook'em fishing ball cap. Black ball cap featuring a leather patch in the shape of Montana with a fishing hook and 406 on it as well. Number to call, if you know the answer, is 406-721-1290. That's 721-1290. But if you've won any prize in the past 6 months, please let other listeners have a chance to play and win. Don't lie. We'll know. See if we make you a winner with Downrigger Dale.
Thank you, Director. Hey, the Bob Marshall Wilderness Complex in Montana is one of the largest and most ecological intact wilderness areas in the contiguous United States. Now, which of the following rivers originates within that protected region? Is it A, the Sun River, B, the Yellowstone River, or C, the Jefferson River? Your question again is, which river originates from the Bob Marshall Wilderness? Is it A, the Sun River, B, the Yellowstone River, or C, the Jefferson River?
Interesting. 406-721-1290 if you haven't won nothing in the past 6 months. And while we wait for a winner, let's check into the Stonefly Fly Shop in Butte and Bart at Capital Sports in Helena.
This is Mike from the Stonefly Fly Shop here in Butte, Montana. Well, we've got a lot of moisture that just happened the last couple days, so there is definitely water places and cooler temps. We've got some cooler temps within the next week, but fishing has been pretty decent, even though we've been seeing some elevated flows on some of the area rivers. It's that time of year to definitely know that your safety gear and be careful out there with these elevated flows. Rafting and boating is probably the way to go on area rivers, but definitely doable from shore as well. The big hole, we were on the anticipation of the salmon fly right now. Once it warms up again, we should see some more caddis out there. Stonefly nymphs, pink worms, red worms have been the ticket. Streamers on the big hole have been definitely picking up out there. Sparkle minnows, sextungents, all sorts of good stuff out there. Start thinking yellows and things like that for there. The Jefferson is pretty cloudy, very minimal visibility. Same with the Clark Fork, but you can pick fish up over there. Typical tailwater nymphing over there and some streamer action. The Beaverhead opens up this Saturday, so definitely know that there's going to be a crowd down there. Should be good up towards the dam. Typical tailwater nymphing, small pheasant tails, small scuds and hare's ears and midges and things like that up there will be really good. And then obviously the Missouri's a good option as well if some of these rivers get a little too dirty with that typical tailwater nymphing. Blue-winged olives, some caddis up there as well. And the Madison, definitely some smaller stonefly nymphs over there, perdigon, Spanish bullets for nymphing, and they're seeing some caddis over there currently. Any questions, give the shop a call at 406-494-0707. Give us a like on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, and enjoy the spring.
Hey, folks, this is Bart down at Capital Sports with the weekly fishing report for the Helena area. Well, Canyon Ferry's still producing lots of rainbow trout on the north end. They're still eating jigs and spawn sacks with reckless abandon, so fishing's great out there. And then the south end of Canyon Ferry's been turning out quite a few walleyes. They'll probably be a little off with all this rain this week, but as soon as it warms back up, they'll pick right back up. Hauser Lake's been producing good catches of walleyes and perch up in the causeway arm. Some of the guys are jigging, some are trolling, whatever method you want to use. And then Holter's has not been producing a lot of fish that I've been hearing about lately, but there is walleyes and perch to be had if you work for them. And, of course, the rainbow fishing is still pretty good in Holter. So if you need more information, stop in and see us at Capital Sports.
All right, thank you, Bart. Our contestant on the line for Placer Motors Trivia, Frank Cook in Billings. How are you this morning there, Frank?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Lay it on him there, Downrigger.
So, the Bob Marshall Wilderness, are you familiar with that big area over there?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, which river originates within that area? Is it A, the Sun River, B, the Yellowstone River, or C, the Jefferson River?
What do you think, Frank?
It's A, the Sun River.
Wow.
Yeah, you are correct. Yeah, the Sun River begins in the heart of the Bob Marshall Wilderness and flows eastward through the plains. The wilderness area, affectionately known as the Bob, spans over 1.5 million acres and is home to grizzly bears, mountain goats, and untouched alpine forests and such. It's a beautiful area. Good job. You knew that, or did you guess?
Well, process of elimination.
There you go.
Good call.
There you go.
Frank, congratulations. Thank you so much for listening. We got your address. We'll get your prize package mailed out to you, all right?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. That is Frank Cook in Billings,
Good
our
job,
latest winner.
Frank.
Back with Mary Beth Kibler and the captain right after this.
Hello, this is Pastor Tom Lamons from Lighthouse Baptist Church. We are a church for the whole family because, well, we are a family. On your first visit to Lighthouse, you will experience inspiring music, helpful preaching, and a place where you will feel welcome. Come this Sunday and rebuild your faith with us as we make much of Jesus in Missoula. And I hope you can listen to my weekly message from 9 to 10 Sunday morning here on KGVO. Sunday services at 11 and 6. Lighthouse is at the top of Garrett. Just look for the cross.
It happens more than you think. A customer wants, needs the goods and services your business offers. No matter how hard they try, they can't find you. but they find your competitor right there at the top of the results page.
And even if they do find your website, when they click, it's like a ghost town.
Hello?
Outdated, not compelling, and perhaps worse, it has information that's not accurate.
Y2K? But how do you fix that? At Town Square Interactive, we have the tools to help you maximize your online presence. Just go to mylocalcustomers.com and start by getting a free local customer analysis.
This online tool will show you just how many customers in your area you could be reaching. To get in front of those customers, we will build a premium website for your business.
One that shows up well in web searches and converts website clicks into phone calls, appointments, and foot traffic.
It's simple, it's fast, and it's affordable. Go to mylocalcustomers.com and get started by getting your free local customer analysis today.
The year's best selection and best deals. It's Kubota Orange Days at Big Sky Kubota, May 16th and 17th. See the huge inventory of Kubota zero-turn mowers, the latest utility vehicles, and top-selling compact tractors. Amazing Kubota finance offers. See dealer for details. Big Sky Kubota will be giving away prizes and serving up some tasty goodies during this exciting event. Friday, May 16th from 8 to 5, and Saturday, May 17th from 8 to 4 at Big Sky Kubota, 3 miles west of the Missoula Airport on Highway 10. What an awesome time to think Kubota Orange.
With bike season in full swing, the Bicycle Hangar is here to keep Missoula out and riding. At the Bicycle Hangar, we have an extensive inventory with Western Montana's largest selection of bikes from Giant, Yeti, Jamis, and the largest variety of e-bikes in town. Along with tools, clothing, and protective gear, the Bicycle Hangar has everything you could dream of to get out and enjoy the trails. Add on a top-notch service center, e-bike rentals, and free service for life. At the Bicycle Hangar, we want to be your bike shop.
The Bicycle Hangar, 1801 Brooks, across from Baskin-Robbins in Missoula. Teresa Lunn with United Country Real Estate Western Montana Group knows what it takes to sell your property.
What makes your home more saleable? The price? The location? How about marketing your property through one of the largest marketing firms in the U.S.? There is a difference. The United Country Marketing Advantage provides us with the tools.
Teresa Lunn and United Country Real Estate Western Montana Group, covering the state with main offices in Missoula and Plains. Visit an office or call
728-9733.
The Montana Outdoor Radio Show is brought to you in part by Missoula Chevrolet, Tiorama, Brett's RV and Marine, and by Placer Motors. Once again, here's the captain and his crew.
But first, let's take a look at your weather forecast for southeast and south central Montana. Now, we do have a flood watch in effect from Sunday afternoon through Monday afternoon. Now, that's for portions of south central Montana. Rest of the forecast for that region looks like this. Today, mostly sunny, isolated thunderstorms on the west side of the region, and a few isolated showers on the east side. Highs in the lower 60s to around 70 degrees. Tonight, mostly cloudy, scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms in the west, and just some showers in the east. Lows in the lower 40s to maybe lower 50s. Sunday, showers and chance of thunderstorms in the west, and a chance of showers, maybe a little slight thunderstorm in the east as well. Highs will be from the mid-50s in the west to the mid-70s on the east side of the region. Sunday night, rain showers and slight chance of thunderstorms, lowers and maybe the lower or upper 30s. So it's going to cool down, maybe as high as 40. Now remember, gang, you can always get the latest in outdoor news. We got great videos, pictures, everything you'd ever want about Montana's great outdoors is at the go-to website, MontanaOutdoorBoom.com.
The weather forecast from Rigger is brought to you by Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer. We'll be back with the captain and Leonard Roberts at Roberts Bait and Tackle in 30 seconds. Have a tax refund and want to reinvest back into the business? Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer suggests the purchase of a new baseline equipment or dump trailer. Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer is your local baseline dealer with inventory in stock for purchase today. For more information on the new baseline equipment and dump trailer, stop by Rocky Mountain Truck and Trailer, 5680 Expressway, Missoula, or call 406-549-4243. Baseline Trailers. Basics done best. In Butte, you be sure to shop Three Bears, Alaska. They are Montana outdoor approved for hunting and fishing, Captain.
Thank you, Director. Good morning, everybody. Once again, live from Fort Peck, where they're about a few minutes away from taking off on the Crooked Creek Walleye Tournament. We got Leonard Roberts on the phone this morning from Great Falls. Good morning, Leonard.
Good morning, Captain.
Leonard, you sound pretty good. You're feeling better, I hope.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I feel a hell of a lot better.
Good.
Put it that way. Yeah. Don't like that bronchitis and stuff. That puts this old man down. You got enough problems the way it is. When you get old, you don't want nothing else to make it worse.
Right. Exactly.
Well,
so, fishing report.
On Holter, I don't know what Bart was talking about, but guys are doing pretty darn good up there on walleyes because they're buying leeches like crazy out of here on that, and some salted minnows, but mostly leeches and crawlers on that. Piskin, they're still doing okay on the northerns down there using herring and smelt. Francis, my understanding is the bite is starting to go on there. A lot of leeches going up that way, too. You still have to use the east end down there. There ain't enough water to put in over at the campground yet on that part. Tiber, from what I understand, you take leeches and that and jig and sit on the points. You do okay. You get some pretty nice fish. I had a couple guys come in and said they've been getting a lot of nice fish from anywhere from 18 to 24 inches on that, which is really good for Tiber on that. River, there's down at Loma at the Marias where it dumps in, they're still getting catfish. Not heard anything about any walleye or smallmouth or northerns even. It's catfish. Sturgeon haven't come up yet either on that part. That's about all I got this week, Captain. I got lots of leeches in stock, minnows, herring, smelt, crawlers, everything on that. So any questions, 406-454-1877. And I think Ruth Ann will be at the marina next Saturday. I'm pretty sure she'll be there, so I won't be doing Tiber anymore until she shuts the doors. So we'll talk to you next week.
You just got to stay in your own lane, Leonard.
Yes, sir. Yep. You gotta keep it between the lines, on that. So we'll talk to you next week. Take care.
All right, Leonard Roberts from Roberts Bait and Tackle. Hey, Rigger, I texted Scott Collingsworth and wished him good luck today, and asked him how the weather was yesterday, and he said it was brutal. And he said the fish just wouldn't go. But one of the things that he told me, he went down to the dryer, and one of the things that he said is he caught a 12-pound salmon when he was fishing.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Mr. Salmon, he doesn't mind that rough water. I'll be danged. So how deep was he when he caught that 12-pounder?
I think he was fishing normally what he fishes for walleye. I mean, it didn't ask him the depth, but he said the shiner nailed, or the salmon nailed a shiner. A shiner minnow. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if he was using that technique. We talked about that, nothing wrong with going a little deeper for walleye amongst the Cisco. So maybe he was doing that and a little bit deeper for the suspended ones. I don't know. It'd be interesting. If you get a chance, ask him how deep he was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let me get all the information I can.
Would you get on that, please?
Right in the middle of the tournament.
Let's just drop all regular programming the rest of this show so we can talk about one salmon that was caught.
That's a big fish.
Ask him what he's using right now for the walleye and where he's at.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're really free with their information with me.
Sure. During all the time.
Free
especially when we're doing a statewide radio show.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, they just, Captain, can I get on? Can I get on?
Yeah.
Can I get on?
Exactly.
My text is just blowing up, But I tell you, right now it is 6:40.
Let's hit the Montana Tourney Trail, brought to you by Warrior Boats. Experience the Warrior difference.
Take me out on the water. Put a fishing rod in my hand. Take me out on the water. Put a fishing rod in my hand.
I'll even tell you where I'm fishing.
Well, as we've been chitty-chatting about, good luck to all the competitors today at that Crooked Creek Walleye Classic, second day, Fort Peck Lake, Fort Peck Marina for the walleye. Also this weekend, Thompson Chain of Lakes Pike Assault is today on the lower and upper Thompson Lake, Loon Lake, and that's for northern pike. Land of the Giants tournament today on Yellowstone River and tributaries. That's for channel cats. Let's see what else we got here. We got the looking ahead a couple of weeks because there are no tournaments scheduled for Memorial Day weekend. So looking ahead a couple of weekends, Rock Creek Walleye Tournament, June 7th and 8th on Fort Peck Lake for walleye and smallmouth bass. Got the Savage Volunteer Fire Department Catfish Tournament on June 7th. That's for Yellowstone River catfish. Let's see, let me get one more in here. Ackley Lake Club Summer Fishing Derby is June 7th and 8th. That's on Ackley for brown trout, rainbow trout, and tiger muskie.
And for more information and a complete listing of tournaments around Montana, log on to the Tourney Trail page on montanooutdoor.com. It's brought to you by Warrior Boats. Experience the Warrior difference.
And when we come back, more from the captain. I think we'll get a hold of Eddie Mint, Lake Ridge Lodging and Bait Shop, and probably another correspondent or two when the Montana Outdoor Radio Show continues right after this.
Polaris razors are for off-road use by riders age 16 and older. Polaris razors can be hazardous to operate, so always wear a helmet and take a training course.
Explore the narrowest trails in a 2025 Polaris Razor Trail. Features our slimmest stance, sharp agility, quick acceleration, and all-day comfort. Trail-ready technology. Make the most of the outdoors and explore it in a Polaris Razor Trail. Personalize your experience and create the desired comfort you want for the ride. This is Jeff. Let us help you get in a new Polaris Razor Trail. Visit us in Lewistown or see what's in store for you at lewistownpolaris.com.
Fort Peck Marina wants to make your fishing trip as enjoyable as possible. This is Scott Collinsworth with the Fort Peck Marina. You can stay at our RV campground, which is seconds away from the boat ramp. Check out our tackle shop, which is packed with gear for all species here on Fort Peck. Plus, you can book a fishing trip with me for lake trout, salmon, smallmouth, or walleye with my Fort Peck Marina guide service. Enjoy the best pizza, burgers, and sandwiches on the lake in our bar restaurant for lunch or dinner. Plus, breakfast is served on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Fort Peck Marina, we are here to serve you. You can check us out on our Facebook page or our new website at fortpeckmarina.net. That's Fort Peck Marina by the dam on Fort Peck.
When it comes to farming, ranching, or even fishing and hunting, you need a truck you can rely on. Even more, you need a buying experience that's hassle-free. Look no further than Missoula Chevrolet. Locally owned and operated right here in Missoula, Montana. They offer one low price, plain and simple, always. With over 350 vehicles, including the tried and true Silverado light-duty and heavy-duty trucks, they are proud to be the Captain's Truck Center.
That's so true. I depend on the experts at Missoula Chevrolet to find me the perfect Chevy Silverado to get me where the fish are biting and the game can be hunted. I travel the entire state, and my 3/4-ton Silverado makes it easy to tow my fifth wheel and boat at the same time. And you can't beat the comfort of the interior. It's simple. I trust the non-commissioned experts at Missoula Chevrolet for all my truck needs.
Find out for yourself exactly what the captain is talking about. Find your next Chevy truck at Missoula Chevrolet. Together, let's drive at MissoulaChevrolet.com.
This is the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
It's an energy field created by all living things. It surrounds us and penetrates us. It binds the galaxy together.
Once again, here's the captain and his crew.
Hey, in Livingston, you be sure to shop Yellowstone Sporting Goods. They are Montana outdoor approved for hunting and fishing, Captain.
All right, thanks a lot, Director. Good morning, everybody. We want to say good morning to Eddie Mint at the Lake Ridge Lodging and Bait Shop. Eddie, good morning.
Morning, guys. How's everybody doing?
Hey, doing good, Eddie.
Eddie, yesterday was one of those days, and you have fished tournaments. Was it I'm texting quite a few of the people that I know that are fishing the tournaments, the anglers, and I don't know how far a guy can go. If you walk us through something in a tournament person's mind, if you mark some fish and you want to go back to that spot and it's like 6 or 7 miles out and the wind's blowing like it was yesterday, what do you do?
Well, you kind of have to strategize. Like we tried to do it ourselves when we were fishing them, is have some spots that were like a backup, and especially if you knew there was the chance of the wind, so you had some stuff close to go search for. But then if you were on a spot that was producing, big fish, every time you stopped and checked them, you're going to probably take the shot and go back to that spot and try to stay on them. And I think that's what the guys with them bigger weights from yesterday did exactly that. They knew there was fish hanging out there and have been there, so they went back and put 5 nice fish in the boat and brought in some pretty impressive weights for what the weather dealt them yesterday.
So would it be like a cold front coming in yesterday with the wind blowing and a guy gets into the fish? How do you get those things let's say, for example, it's a different weather condition a couple of days prior to the tournament. How do you get those fish to bite? Because typically sometimes they'll move into a deeper water, or maybe they're keying on something different. And I guess that's where the electronics and having an array of tackle. Do you have like a backup lure from the main lure?
Well, you just typically kind of stick with what you were doing, but, you might have to slow it down. They might be a little bit sluggish. You might have to put a little bit of a, enticer, something down there, some flash, or, go from a plastics to a minnow. You just have to have your arsenal set up to, one guy's going to do this, and just see what them fish react to when you're watching them on your electronics. And, if they show interest in it, then you kind of dial in on that. If they don't, then it's time to completely switch and see what you can get them to react to.
So we talked earlier in the hour about the Helena, Three Forks, Townsend anglers right now are dominating at least the top 5 spots. It's almost like they're fishing on Canyon Ferry, possibly. What's your take on that?
Oops. The call dropped, Captain. I guess Eddie didn't want to answer that question.
But we do have Sean Jazenka on.
Yeah, we got Sean.
And
okay. Eddie, we can't get him.
Well, I think Miguel's Eddie. Well, Miguel's trying to get him back on here.
Yeah, you wanted to grab Sean while we're waiting for that?
Is this like 60 Minutes where we just edit out, the question?
No, there's no editing.
The call dropped, Captain, so.
Okay, yeah, let's talk to Sean. Good morning, Sean.
Good morning.
Brother Sean, downrigger here. Hey, anything going on with Clark Canyon Reservoir at all?
Yeah, there's some folks are just starting to kind of fish it coming in. We've had some cool weather over the last week, but we certainly more people showing up a little bit all the time. Boat ramps are in good shape. The reservoir is relatively full, so a few more people showing up every day.
And also, that fire was going on. They had some of those fishing areas, fishing access areas closed in the big hole, those reopened, right? Anything happening there, or is that still pretty busy?
Correct, they did. That was kind of a big surprise to have a timber fire burning in early May, in the upper Big Hole Valley. But Mother Nature kind of helped us out with that with some snow here a few days ago. So things are back to normal up there, and hopefully we don't see any more of those this summer.
Mm-hmm. Now, what about some of the other areas? Last week you were talking about maybe the Beaverhead opening up and being ready to roll. Anything happening there?
We're pretty focused on that. We've been waiting for a long time. The upper 7 miles of the Beaverhead below Clark Canyon Dam opens today. And so there'll be a lot of folks there today, but you'll probably won't be able to swing a stick without hitting the guy next to you below the dam there for a while this morning. But that's the focus of our fishing around here in Dillon, and fish the Big Hole a lot. But boy, it sure is a good day knowing that we can go up there into one of the better pieces of river in the state of Montana.
Mm-hmm. And Sean, you are at the Frontier Anglers in Dillon. If people want to know more, how do they get a hold of you?
You can call us at Frontier Anglers here in Dillon at 406-682-5276. Or you can find us on the web at frontieranglers.com.
Nice.
Thank you, Sean. Appreciate you giving us a quick update. We got Eddie back on too, Captain.
Okay, Eddie, I don't know if you heard the question I asked you. Why do you think the folks around Townsend, Three Forks, and Helena are dominating the top spots right now in the Crooked Creek tournament here at Fort Peck?
Why do I think? I think, like I said, I think they found fish and, got a pattern figured out and went back and, just kept their fingers crossed that the fish were still there and figured out what they needed to bite on. And they made the run, like I was saying, do we go to our secondary spot or we go back to where we've been, fish? And, I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing that's probably what they are doing.
Hey, Eddie, it's Downrigger. With this weather and that, did people really get much of a chance to pre-fish at all? I just wonder if maybe they got some good pre-fishing in.
There was definitely, they got pre-fishing in. The one day there was a few guys that went out. A lot of guys stayed back, because the wind was blowing really good that, I don't know what day it was, must have been Thursday. But anyway, no, they did get, the guys that got up here, showed up Saturday, Sunday last week and did their pre-fishing and whatnot. They did get some pre-fishing in, and, they kind of got a taste of the wind and what the conditions they're going to be dealing with through the weekend. So, and today's starting up.
I was going to ask you about Memorial Day weekend real quick. You got any vacancies left?
We have a few vacancies left in the RV park, and I think a motel room and a cabin, I believe. So if any person's wanting to get in on any of that, just give us a holler and we can get you fixed up.
All right, Eddie Mann, Lake Ridge Lodging and Bait Shop. Thanks, Eddie. Quick phone number.
406-526-3597. Everybody have a safe weekend and good luck to the tournament anglers.
Plumbing problems are an emotional drain. The sink, tub, toilet, or sewer gets clogged. Water is backing up and, the smell. Despicable drains demand the drain-trained technicians at Thomas Plumbing. Thomas Plumbing has the right tools and expertise to get things flowing smoothly again. No job too big or too small for the drain specialists at Thomas Plumbing. Since 1978, Western Montanans have been sinking their trust into Thomas Plumbing. 532-LEAK.
Town Square Media is proud to announce the Women's Expo in Great Falls is coming back to the Pacific Steel and Recycling Four Seasons Arena October 3rd, 4th, and 5th. The Women's Expo is growing fast, so be sure to get your booth space reserved now by calling 406-761-7600. If your business targets the female audience, you will want to be at the Women's Expo. 3 days of shopping, showing, and sharing a variety of goods and services, all designed for you and those special ladies in your life. Don't miss the Women's Expo, brought to you by Town Square Media.
The year's best selection and best deals. It's Kubota Orange Days at Big Sky Kubota, May 16th and 17th. See the huge inventory of Kubota zero-turn mowers, the latest utility vehicles, and top-selling compact tractors. Amazing Kubota finance offers. See dealer for details. Big Sky Kubota will be giving away prizes and serving up some tasty goodies during this exciting event. Friday, May 16th from 8 to 5 and Saturday, May 17th from 8 to 4 at Big Sky Kubota, 3 miles west of the Missoula Airport on Highway 10. What an awesome time to think Kubota Orange.
The Missoula Animal Services Shelter saves 97% of the animals in its care, and it is expanding with new cat rooms, dog kennels, and a larger lobby for visitors. The remodel will help keep animals physically and mentally healthy for as long as it takes to meet their new loving families. Your donation to our Possum Shelter campaign will provide Missoula's lost and surrendered pets with a second chance. Visit online at www.missoulapublichealth.org/animals to learn more and donate today.
Hi, it's Scott the Painter. We all know about keeping up on the routine maintenance of our vehicles. But how often do you think about your home's preventative maintenance? So don't neglect it. Part of that routine care is interior and exterior paint. It also adds to the curb appeal and value of your investment. So if it's been more than 7 years since you had fresh paint applied, it's time. We've been helping people all over western Montana maintain their home's looks and value for over 26 years. That's Scott Arnold Painting at 381-8545.
Spring is finally here, and it's time to think about planting your gardens. Hi, this is Shane Klaus from Pink Grizzly, and we've got a tremendous amount of beautiful plants for your home or business. Pink Grizzly has seeds, veggie starts, bedding plants, and amazingly colorful baskets and planters to add some joy to your home or business. Pink Grizzly also has a great selection of hardy fruit trees acclimated for our climate. If you need edible plants or color, Pink Grizzly has what you need. Pink Grizzly on the corner of Russell and Wyoming Street in Missoula, and next to Dairy Queen on Highway 93 in Lolo.
What you're going to hear about today is nothing short of a miracle, dramatically new, made possible only through years of research and innovation. Living stereo through the all-new 2-in-1 stereo orthophonic high-fidelity Victrolas.
This is the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
And wrapping up this first hour, by the way, Spring Mac Days wrapped up last Saturday, and over 60,000 lake trout were entered. It was a record. It beat the old record by 15,000. Rigger, you got a big podcast that's dropping, that's already dropped this morning.
Yeah, it dropped this morning. We've talked about it a little bit on this show in the past, that St. Mary's siphon, and what that does, it moves the water across the divide into the Milk River and all that. So we talk about that, get an update on how that project is going. The speed that they're working is, they're basically rebuilding something that took years to build. Right. They may have it done in a year, maybe even less than a year. So anyway, listen to that podcast. You'll get a really good flavor for it. And the way that state and federal agencies are all working together, kind of unheard of, but they're working together perfully. So really neat story.
I thought it was going to be done by as soon possibly as July.
Well, you'll learn there's different phases that will be. Okay. And so they're ahead of schedule. Yeah.
Okay, sounds good. We're going to come back with more of the Montana Outdoor Radio Show next hour, right after this.
Available at Lucky Diamond Casino and Liquor Store, grab-and-go cocktails, Crown, High Noon, and Cutwater, just to name a few. Great for backyard barbecues or your next camping trip. And don't forget the ice, just $2.50 a bag at Lucky Diamond Casino and Liquor Store at the corner of Brooks and South Reserve, Missoula.
Garden City Compost wants to say thank you, Missoula. Last July's Treemageddon wind event that hit us brought out the best in Missoulians. Here at Garden City Compost, we talked with loads of people that were helping each other and bringing out the best in ourselves as a community. Way to go, Missoula. Garden City Compost was and still is operating as usual, and we hope to see you come in to drop off some organics or pick up one of our 4 products to enrich in your landscape. Give us a call if you want a tour and to see what we do down at the Resource Recovery Facility. Garden City Compost. Natural, sustainable, local.
Lucky Diamond Casino and Liquor Store wants to remind you when you head to the lake, stop in and pick up your beverages in non-breakable containers. And please, don't leave cans or plastic behind. This message brought to you by Lucky Diamond Casino and Liquor Store at the corner of Brooks and South Reserve, Missoula.
This is News Talk KGVO, Missoula, AM 1290, and K25 2FP 98.3 FM, a Town Square media station.
Deadly weather in several areas. I'm Paul Stevens, Fox News. Multiple deaths from several severe weather and large tornadoes. At least 5 people confirmed dead after a tornado ripped through St. Louis and surrounding suburbs. Fox 2 St. Louis reporter Max Dieknight in Clayton, Missouri.
Recovery efforts are underway along Whiteout Boulevard in Clayton following an absolutely brutal storm that battered this usually quiet area. This storm tossed large old trees into homes, apartment buildings, and on top of people's cars. The Morelands neighborhood near the intersection of Whiteout and Hanley may have seen some of the worst damage in our area. We'll have to be very patient with all the cleanup crews across the greater St. Louis area with this extensive damage that they're facing.
At least 9 people confirmed dead, several more seriously hurt in Kentucky. 2 deaths from trees falling on cars reported Friday in Northern Virginia. Republicans still optimistic about passing a big budget and tax bill.
Despite failing to clear the House Budget Committee, House Republican leadership staff says the committee will once again meet late Sunday night. If the big, beautiful bill advances, leadership staff expects a full House vote by the end of the week before the Memorial Day recess. The bill contains President Trump's agenda on taxes, spending cuts, border security, and energy. Republicans, though, have disagreements with some of the reforms to Medicaid, and blue state Republicans would like to see an increase in the state and local tax deduction. On Capitol Hill, Ryan Schmelz, Fox News.
The U.S. Supreme Court blocks the Trump White House effort to deport Venezuelan migrants under the 1798 Alien Enemies Act. In a brief and unsigned opinion issued yesterday, the justices granted a request by attorneys representing the American Civil Liberties Union to put a break on that practice. America's listening to Fox News.
Stay on top of the latest forecast with America's Weather Team in the palm of your hands.
Here's the latest from America's Weather Center.
It's Fox weather updates throughout your busy day, every day.
That heat's going to be out there for one more day.
Temperatures being 30 degrees above average.
Put the power of over 100 meteorologists and the worldwide resources of Fox in your hands with the Fox Weather Podcast. Precise, personal, powerful. Subscribe and listen now at foxnewspodcasts.com. Connect to Fox News Audio on the Fox News app. Listen to hear your favorite hosts like Brian Kilmeade, Jimmy Fallon, and Guy Benson standing up for what's right, live and via podcast. Just click listen, then swipe right and hear the latest news updates on your time. And scroll down to hear the latest podcasts from Fox News. And it's even easier to listen in the car with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Get programming alerts and notifications. Fox News Audio is on the Fox News app. The voices America trusts. Download it now.
Questions continue about former President Joe Biden's mental decline. This as audio is released from interviews with special counsel Robert Hur back in 2023 about Mr. Biden's handling of classified documents.
The audio obtained by Axios contains clips from interviews recorded over 2 days back in the fall of 2023 related to an investigation into Biden's handling of classified documents when he was vice president. Now, this audio starkly revealing the scope of the then president's struggle with words, memory, and timeline, including multiple instances of Biden failing to remember when he left office as vice president and when his son Beau died. The leaked audio also revealing Biden had to be reminded when President Trump was first elected.
And that's Fox's Chanley Painter, Robert Hur, ultimately deciding not to prosecute Mr. Biden. President Trump returning to the U.S. on Friday after his trip to the Middle East, where he secured hundreds of billions of dollars worth of investments.
Here is what he brought home with him. $600 billion from Saudi Arabia, over $243 billion from the Qataris, including the largest deal in Boeing's history, and a 747 jet to temporarily replace Air Force One. And from the United Arab Emirates, $200 billion and a pledge to invest $1.4 trillion in U.S. businesses over the next decade. And Trump's progress goes beyond the Arabian Peninsula. Before heading home yesterday, the president confirmed the U.S. sent Iran a proposed nuclear deal, a major step forward in negotiations there, but the clock is ticking for Tehran to respond.
That's Fox's Rebecca Castor in Washington. Israel launching a new military operation in the Gaza Strip to pressure Hamas to release the remaining hostages. Israel's defense minister saying Operation Gideon Chariots began and was being led with quote-unquote great force by Israel's army. I'm Paul Stevens. This is Fox News.
Brandon with Madhouse Cannabis. With only a few days left before our first annual Madhouse Classic Golf Tournament, Saturday, May 17th, we want to remind everyone to get your team registered as there's only a few spots left. And don't forget the street dance that evening is going to be lots of fun that surely will create some lasting memories. A special thanks to our sponsors, Fidelity Diagnostics, keeping Montana safe by testing today's products for tomorrow's consumers. Sinful Beverages to help you whatever the day throws at you. Go to MadhouseCannabisFarms.com for the link to the event. For use 21 and older, keep out of reach of children.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
Just pull your chair up close to your radio. Tune it up good and loud. Tune it up good and loud. Tune it up good and loud.
Good morning, Captain.
Like to check your licenses, boys.
Good morning to you.
Live all across Big Sky Country, it's the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. The Montana Outdoor Radio Show is brought to you statewide by Missoula Chevrolet, home of the official truck of the captain, Vibrant Hearing, Warrior Boats, Tire-Rama, Gretz RV and Marine, and by Placer Motors, your local Subaru dealer in Helena. And now, from the command center, here's the captain and his crew on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Oh, but hold on a second there. We are going to take a look at your weather forecast first in central Montana. Looks like this today. Increasing clouds, chance of rain showers, and a slight chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. Highs are going to be 60 to 65 degrees. Tonight, mostly cloudy, slight chance of rain showers. Lows 40 to 45. Sunday, cloudy, rain through the day, slight chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. Highs are going to be 50 to 55. Now remember, gang, you can always get the latest outdoor news, detailed weather forecasts, and a link to our latest Montana Outdoor podcast. That features Jennifer Patrick, project manager of the Milk River Joint Board of Control for the Milk River Project. She looks and talks about the horrible disaster that stopped the water flowing from the St. Mary's Glacier, near Glacier, all the way to Glasgow. Now, here's one of the many questions that I asked her. Do you think anglers will start to notice maybe some stability in water levels and maybe more back to the norm before the
100%.
the blowout?
And better than the normal, because
Okay.
the siphons were the real linchpin of why we couldn't send a lot more water.
That and more is awaiting for you at the go-to website, MontanaOutdoor.com.
And the Riggercast is brought to you by Vibrant Hearing. We'll be back with the captain, along with Randy from the Lake Kootenai Resort and Marina, and Neil Cote with Bite Me Flies. It's all on the way in 30 seconds.
You would do anything to prevent dementia. But are you doing everything? This year, give yourself more time. Learn how the medical treatment of hearing loss can reduce your risk of dementia, keep you engaged with your loved ones, and reconnect you to life. The folks at Vibrant Hearing can help with your hearing loss and show you how treating hearing loss is also reducing your risk of dementia. For better hearing, go to VibrantHearing.com.
In Lewistown, Montana, you be sure to shop the Sports Center. They are Montana Outdoor approved for hunting and fishing. Captain.
All right, thanks a lot, Director. I'm in Fort Peck. We got in the command center the Director, Deadeye Denny. You just heard him. We have Miguel Lee on the phones, Kootenai Quinn, who will be cooking up shortly in the kitchen, and downrigger Dale Randy from Lake Kootenai Resort and Marinas on the phone. Good morning, Randy. I haven't spoken with you in quite some time.
How you guys doing this morning?
Awesome.
Good.
So you got the tournament going on today, is that correct?
Yes, we do. It started, and most of the fishermen are already out fishing. I haven't seen any fish, but it's kind of early. Unless somebody catches a real big one, we don't. They don't come shooting back to the resort right away. They just put in their live well. But everybody's out fishing. We got a little over 100 boats this year, and close to 300 people. A little bit slower than the last couple of years, but still a pretty good turnout.
Heck yeah.
That's a great
Yeah. So, Randy, what are they fishing for? Kokanee and trout, or?
Yeah, so it's a trout. It's a trout and kokanee derby. So today we weigh in the rainbow trout, and tomorrow we'll weigh in the trout. On the kokanee salmon, they run about 6 to 10 inches this time of year, and so we weigh 20 of them to get distinction in the weight, and we weigh them from noon to 2 o'clock tomorrow. And then after we get done with all the weigh-ins, we do our award ceremony, and we have quite a few door prizes from the local businesses and the resort itself, and then we hand those out tomorrow about 2:45.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that's it's a fun tournament, and like you said, you get a lot of people that participate in it. Walleye Wayne, back in the day, we went up there with, I believe it was Matt McCombs and the Mo Fish folks, and we did some fishing there. I don't know if you remember that, but I certainly do, and it was a lot of fun. You run a great operation up there, and it's great that you're back on Montana Outdoor Radio Show and giving us weekly reports when possible.
Yeah, and the water clarity is pretty good this year, so people are more spread out. A lot of times, if you've ever fished this lake this time of year up north, it gets kind of murky, but the runoff has been kind of slow this year, so we got pretty good clarity on the rainbows this year for the fishing, so most of the guys are spread out more than normal.
All right. Memorial Day weekend, next weekend, what's the vacancy situation there, and what's your phone number?
My phone number is 406-293-7474. Our cabins are full, but we do have a few RV sites, a couple tent sites, and some boat slips open. And so we'll be up and ready to run. Memorial Day is always a fun weekend. This is our best weekend of the year as far as I'm concerned, because I like talking to all the fishermen, and you see people that you only see once a year. They only fish a derby, so it's always a fun time.
All right. Thanks a lot, Randy. We appreciate it. Save one of those tent spots for downrigger. We got Neil Cote.
I'll never leave.
On the telephone.
I know.
Neil, good morning. We got tributaries and fishing. They're open up now this weekend.
Oh, yeah, they open up today, actually.
Right.
Oh,
we lost it. Mother.
And there went the call. We just dropped another call.
Yeah.
This is where you fill, Captain. Neil's trying to get him back on. I'm sorry, we're trying to get Neil back on. There we go.
Yeah, that tournament up there on Kootenai is, that has been going on a long time.
I guess I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Cam was talking about way back in the Montana Outdoor Radio Show day there.
Yeah, and it has become like one of the most popular tournaments in the state, for especially, that mix
of fun place to be too.
Yeah. And mixing trout and kokanee together. It's kind of a neat idea.
We do have Neil Cote back on the line, sir.
Neil, sorry about that. Tell us about what they can expect fishing some of these tributaries that are open.
Well, obviously super high water. Obviously it's, be careful. We've already had some people get flushed into the river here. I guess someone had a little wild ride yesterday on the Bitterroot, and there's been another one in the Clark Fork here the last week. So, yeah, just be careful. Find the soft water. But if you do that, you can catch fish. As long as you exercise a little bit of caution. The other thing I tell people this time of year, keep your dogs home. Don't get your dogs near the river.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
If your dog decides to try and retrieve said mallard that's swimming by you and at 22 miles an hour, it's going to be a rodeo to get them back.
Yeah. My pup almost got swept away yesterday. We were down by chasing a marmot. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but now when it's high like that and going, you were saying yesterday that the bait is the way to go as far as trying to get some of these.
Now that you can use it, today is, like I said, obviously the first day. And you can use different things. You can use, obviously, worms, night crawlers. You can use cut bait in a lot of places. And the old cut bait fishing for trout is kind of underrated. People don't talk about it, but man, you can catch a lot of fish, and you can catch fish that you don't normally catch any time of year, actually, right now. So, and then like I told them on the radio show, or on the Friday show, definitely, you're gonna want to pinch your barbs. You're going to want to have all the stuff ready. Definitely have a landing net. That's a big one that I always tell people. Nets are so much easier to deal with fish anymore. Get them in the net. You can get them captured. You can get the hook out real fast. And like I said on the show, also, if that hook is a little bit too deep, cut it off. You don't. If there's a question, just cut the leader and leave the hook in the fish. Those will dissolve out in a week or two.
Yeah.
That's the easiest way to do it. I mean, don't try and be a surgeon. If you're not a surgeon, don't be a surgeon. So.
Right. You got that down there? Okay, Neil.
Well, I've got that Weird Al Yankovic going through my head. So.
Thanks for the report.
I actually
We appreciate
it.
What's that, Neil?
I have a bunch of my flies that are actually up there in that tournament right now. Those guys are using it.
Hey, congratulations.
Kootenai, okay.
I'm hoping. My fingers are crossed. If one guy I know catches a big rainbow.
Yeah, he'll say he owes it all to pikewhisperer.com. Nice plug. I like that.
Yeah, hopefully, right? Hopefully, right?
All right, Neil. Appreciate it. Let's get cooking in the kitchen. How about that, Director?
Yeah, a little cooking with Kootenai, of course, from the kitchens of MontanaOutdoor.com.
What you got cooking? I got rice cooking in the microwave. She got something cooking for me tonight, and a little bit of chicken fried.
There you go.
A delicious turkey soup, because it's that season and all. What you're going to need is 3 to 4 cups of shredded wild turkey dark meat, some olive oil, a sweet onion, celery, bell pepper, garlic cloves, some diced green chilies, chicken broth, corn kernels, salt, pepper, and flour. Also, some half and half or heavy cream. You can even use skim milk if you want to, but of course it won't be as creamy. Some cheddar cheese and cayenne pepper and some green onion thinly sliced. Garnish it up with that. In a big pot, cover the turkey legs and thighs with cold water. Season with salt and pepper and bring it to a boil. Then cover the pot and reduce the heat. Let that turkey simmer for a couple of hours. Remove it from the pot and cool to the point that you can pick the meat from the bones. And in a bowl, whisk the flour into the milk or cream, and then slowly pour the mixture into the soup, stirring it to blend. Check it for seasoning and add salt and pepper as you need it, and let it simmer for a light boil for 10 to 15 minutes. Stir it constantly until the stock thickens, then stir in the cheese and the wild turkey meat. Top the soup with green onions and a bit of reserved diced red bell pepper if desired, and of course you can find that recipe at MontanaOutdoor.com.
Very timely. The legislature just passed to recognize the Osala turkey. We'll have an Osala Turkey Day next year. So
oh, wow.
There you go.
Really?
Okay,
The Osala turkey. All right.
I'll have to start
Whatever
making my
it's called.
costume.
Yeah.
Straight ahead on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show, it would be Placer Motors statewide trivia. Chance for you to be a winner with Downrigger Dale. What in the dickens is our topic this hour?
Your topic for this hour's question, is everyone loves a comeback story.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah, man.
Oh, I got one for you.
Well, we'll see if we can make you a winner right after this. Don't go away. Missoula, are you ready to kick off spring in style? Join Brett's RV and Marine for the spring kickoff with the Grizz on Saturday, May 17th from 10 to 2. Live music, delicious food trucks, face painting, and yes, Grizzly football players signing autographs. Enjoy yard games, grab some exclusive swag and giveaways. Bring the whole family for 4 hours of fun, food, and football. While you're there, check out the latest RVs, campers, and outdoor gear because Brett's RV and Marine is your launch pad for adventure this season. It's all Saturday, May 17th, 10 to 2 at Brett's RV and Marine in Missoula.
If you love getting out of Montana's lakes and rivers, you know how special our waters are. But pests like zebra mussels and Eurasian water milfoil can harm fishing and boating opportunities.
You can help protect Montana's waters.
Please clean all mud, plants, and debris off your boat, recreational equipment, and fishing gear before you leave the access site. Drain water from motors, live wells, and bilges. Allow your boat and recreational equipment time to dry before the next outing.
And no matter what type of watercraft you use, stop at all roadside inspection stations.
Together we can protect Montana's waters.
Learn more at fwp.mt.gov/AIS.
Fort Peck Marina wants to make your fishing trip as enjoyable as possible. This is Scott Collinsworth with the Fort Peck Marina. You can stay at our RV campground, which is seconds away from the boat ramp. Check out our tackle shop, which is packed. You can book a fishing trip with me for lake trout, salmon, smallmouth, or walleye with my Fort Peck Marina guide service. Enjoy the best pizza, burgers, and sandwiches on the lake in our bar restaurant for lunch or dinner. Plus, breakfast is served on Saturday and Sunday mornings. Fort Peck Marina, we are here to serve you. You can check us out on our Facebook page or our new website at fortpeckmarina.net. That's Fort Peck Marina by the dam on Fort Peck.
Montana's a big state, and the men and women that call it home know why they live there. It offers unique outdoor opportunities year-round. It's a way of life for them, but each region of the state does have its own set of challenges. That's why Montana hunters and fishermen have come to depend on their local sporting goods store to help them get the success they strive for in every region across Big Sky Country.
When you shop your local Montana Outdoor approved sporting goods store, you get the best products, service, and advice.
In Butte, shop Three Bears, Alaska. In Helena, shop Capital Sports. In Lewistown, head on over to the Sports Center. And in Miles City, shop Red Rock Sporting Goods. Over in Livingston, shop Yellowstone Sporting Goods. In Glasgow, shop D&G Sports and Western.
All of these sporting goods stores have local knowledge for the area of Montana that they serve, and all of them are Montana Outdoor approved for hunting and fishing.
It's the captain and his crew.
Invaders from Mars. Weird, fantastic beings of a super intelligence, ruling a race of synthetic humans and pitting them against mankind's dream to conquer the universe.
This is the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
This is Eric Anderson, the owner of Placer Motors in Helena. Come in and see us today and find out why there's a Subaru, and then there's a Subaru that's been purchased at Placer Motors.
Hey, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. It's 7:22 Trivia Time with Downrigger Dale, brought to you by Placer Motors, and we'll see if we can make you a winner in 1 minute.
If you're driven by an adventurous heart, you're in luck. The 2025 Subaru Outback shares your spirit. It'll help you take as far as you want to explore with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and up to 32 miles per gallon, plus up to 9.5 inches of ground clearance. The 2025 Subaru Outback. Go where love takes you. Manufacturer estimated highway fuel economy on 2025 Subaru Outback non-turbo models. Actual mileage may vary. From our lot to your driveway, come see how Placer Subaru in Helena is transforming the car buying experience. Test drive a 2025 Subaru Outback today.
Alrighty, our winner will get a first aid kit from Joe Moline in Lewistown. We have a Tiorama pen, Captain's Choice, Max Lure, from Linda at Far Country Press in Helena, the book The Sharpshooter and the Showman, the true story of May Lily and Pawnee Bill in their Wild West show, a koozie from the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, from Steve Harada, Steve's Bail Bonds and Wolf Point Utility Key Ring. It's got a bottle opener. It's got a tape measure. It's got a flashlight. Wowee, how could all of that come in handy?
Well, those can be your tools to salvation, to turn your life around now that Steve's, sprung you. So
I repeat, wowee.
Mm-hmm.
And then from our friend Kathy Goodman at SilverThreadsOuterwear.com in Great Falls, a Hook'em fishing ball cap. Black ball cap with a really cool leather patch in the shape of Montana.
It's really nice.
Within the patch is a fishing hook and 406 emblazoned upon it. Number to call if you know the answer is 406-721-1290. That's 721-1290. But come on now. If you won in the past 6 months any prize, please step aside. Let other listeners have a chance to play and win with that guy right there, Downrigger Dale.
Thank you, Director.
Yes,
now, from switching from last hour's question of where the Sun River began, we look at the rare and elusive, kind of like a fine red wine, except this one bites a bit. Which rare and elusive mammal, once thought to be extinct, was rediscovered in Montana's backcountry? That's near the Meeteetse, Wyoming area. And it was later reintroduced into parts of Montana. Which animal am I talking about? Is it A, the lynx, B, the black-footed ferret, or C, the wolverine? Now, your question again is, which rare and elusive mammal was rediscovered in Montana's backcountry and also near Wyoming? Is it A, the lynx, B, the black-footed ferret, or C, the wolverine?
406-721-1290 if you ain't won nothing in the past 6 months.
Scratcher.
While we wait for a winner, let's check in, head on up to the fish camp, check in with Chancey in Kalispell.
Hey, Chance here, Chance Days Fish Camp, to give you that weekly fishing report. Well, we're down here at Noxon for the weekend. We got the kids' high school bass tournament. I'm captaining the boat for a couple of young high school kids. Fishing's been pretty decent down here, actually. We're getting into some decent largemouth, lots of smaller smallmouth. The pike bite's actually been pretty good. We got bit off a couple of times, did a nice shore lunch with about a 6-pounder here. And a few walleye going too. Guys been stumbling and we picked up a couple. So the water level's coming up down here. Fishing seems to be pretty good. Water temp's about 55, 56. So good fishing down here at Noxon. The Thompson River, not too far from here. Been here and still fishing pretty good for browns. About halfway up there, that 20-mile mark or so, just past Bend. Still been productive all the way down to the Clark Fork where it dumps in. Still getting some reports down there on Flathead on East Bay. Guys getting into still some perch down there. Sounds like they're pretty well spawned out, but some still hanging around. Actually, some decent pike coming out of there still. A few smallmouth bass. And if you go more over in the Polson Bay, more on that west side of Polson, you can get into some of those bays, get into smallmouth. I think those perch might move over in those bays once they're done spawning. So you can definitely chase them around. Still getting lake trout out there around the Narrows, Wild Horse Island, Shelter Island, guys trolling out there, jigging. And then up on the north end, still hitting Woods Bay, Mid-Lake Bar, the Delta. I know those guys were getting a lot of the smaller macks out in that deep water for the mac days. That's all done now, but still pretty decent fishing out there. The main stem was a little high and blown out. Starting to green up a little bit, but probably be a bit for that straightens out. Rogers, still a few grayling and cutthroat going. Actually, the kokanee bite's been pretty good everywhere. Still getting good reports on Mary Ronan. Guys hitting Dickey Lake. Guys hitting Middle Thompson, Ashley, Bitterroot, and they are working up on that north end, it sounds like, on that boat launch up there to get that straightened out to be able to get your boats in there. So hopefully they'll have that wrapped up in a few weeks, hopefully. So lots of good fishing going on up around Kalispell. So if you're in town or want to swing on by the fish camp, we got you all loaded up for this spring, for summer, for all your fishing needs. So good luck fishing out there. Be safe.
You got it. Thank you, Chancey. And coincidentally, our winner is from Kalispell as well. Tim Viano is on the line for Placer Motors Trivia. How are you this morning, Tim?
Oh, I'm good. I'm sitting up here in Ronan at the Montana Fur Harvesters Banquet. And that came on the radio, and we kind of knew the answer.
Excellent.
Well, way to go. Well, we'll see if you do. So, Brother Tim, which of Montana's rare and elusive mammals was made a comeback, if you will? Is it A, the lynx, B, the black-footed ferret, or C, the wolverine?
What do you think, Tim?
Well, we're going to go with B, the black-footed ferret.
You are correct, sir. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was that little bugger was declared extinct in the wild in 1987. The black-footed ferret made a remarkable comeback thanks to captive breeding and reintroduction efforts. Today, Montana is one of the very few states where small wild populations of this nocturnal predator roam again.
Right.
And he will bite you. They're crabby little things.
Why did you bring me
wolves
back?
are starting to threaten them again.
Wolves are threatening the ferrets?
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So
yeah, it's
they
going to
might
be
be
a
back
gang
on the
rumble.
list.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Good factoid on top of the factoid.
Yeah.
I like Tim's factoid better than your factoid.
Get out there and bag you a wolf.
Hey, Tim, thank you for listening.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening, and
All right,
congratulations.
I appreciate you guys.
All right, your prize package
thank
is
you.
on the way. Tim Viano of Kalispell fame. When we come back with the captain, Brett French, the outdoor editor of the Billings Gazette, will be joining us. And more when the Montana Outdoor Radio Show continues. Don't go away.
Hey, this is Josh at Parkside, and if a business can create a household name, they'll stay top of mind. That's advertising. Parkside Credit Union. Repeating the name Parkside Credit Union makes it more memorable, and it makes you think of it later, Parkside Credit Union, when you need to borrow some money. If I can toe that fine line, Parkside Credit Union, between annoyance and effectiveness, Parkside Credit Union, then you'll definitely remember it. Because at Parkside Credit Union, if we can stay at the top of your mind, we think you'll say yes.
Hey, for a great meal, find yourself in Paradise. Paradise Falls starts serving at 7 a.m. daily, featuring all your traditional breakfast favorites as well as Paradise Falls specialty items. For lunch and dinner, there's a full menu of burgers, steaks, sandwiches, pizzas, salads, spaghetti, over a dozen appetizers and other Falls favorites. And of course, there's a full bar and all those TVs. Whether you want to sit inside or out on the beautiful, spacious deck, make it family-friendly. Paradise Falls, open 7 a.m. till 11 p.m. every day. 3621 Brooks, Missoula.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2025 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aid.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
The year's best selection and best deals. It's Kubota Orange Days at Big Sky Kubota, May 16th and 17th. See the huge inventory of Kubota zero-turn mowers, the latest utility vehicles, and top-selling compact tractors. Amazing Kubota finance offers. See dealer for details. Big Sky Kubota will be giving away prizes and serving up some tasty goodies during this exciting event. Friday, May 16th from 8 to 5, and Saturday, May 17th from 8 to 4 at Big Sky Kubota, 3 miles west of the Missoula Airport on Highway 10. What an awesome time to think Kubota Orange.
With bike season in full swing, the Bicycle Hangar is here to keep Missoula out and riding. At the Bicycle Hangar, we have an extensive inventory with Western Montana's largest selection of bikes from Giant, Yeti, Jamis, and the largest variety of e-bikes in town. Along with tools, clothing, and protective gear, the Bicycle Hangar has everything you could dream of to get out and enjoy the trails. Add on a top-notch service center, e-bike rentals, and free service for life. At the Bicycle Hangar, we want to be your bike shop.
The Bicycle Hangar, 1801 Brooks, across from Baskin-Robbins in Missoula.
What's up, Grizz Nation? It's Eli Gilman, and I'm inviting you to the Spring Kickoff Tailgate at Brett's RV and Marine in Missoula on Saturday, May 17th from 10 to 2. We've got live music from Brett Mondy, face painting, yard games, and killer eats from Cheese Louise, Stuff 406, and Cattle Coffee. I'll be there with some of my guys signing autographs, plus there's swag, giveaways, and all kinds of family fun. Kick off spring with us, food, fun, and football. Grizz style. Don't miss it.
Once again, that is this Saturday, May 17th from 10 to 2 at Brett's RV and Marine in Missoula.
The Montana Outdoor Radio Show is brought to you in part by Missoula Chevrolet, Tiorama, Brett's RV and Marine, and by Placer Motors. Once again, here's the captain and his crew.
But first, let's take a look at your weather forecast for west of the Continental Divide. Now, get this. There is a winter storm watch in effect from late tonight through Sunday.
Cut it out.
Yeah. Now, that is for the Bitterroot and Sapphire Mountains and tracking north through the Potomac and Seeley Lake. Now, of course, that's up in the high lonesomes. Probably won't make it down to the valleys, but if you're getting up high, be careful, especially if you're out fishing around there. The rest of the forecast looks like this for west of the Continental Divide. Today, mostly cloudy with areas of rain and patchy fog. Highs in the 60s. Tonight, rain likely, lows in the 30s to maybe lower 40s. Sunday, rain likely in the morning, then a chance of rain in the afternoon. That's going to diminish a little. Patchy fog in the morning, highs in the mid-40s to lower 50s. And don't forget, gang, you can always get that latest news on everything you'd ever want to know about the outdoors. Incredible articles, videos, pictures. In fact, send us some too. We always love to post them right there at montanooutdoor.com.
The Rigger Cast this time, a presentation of the Come On In. We'll be back with the captain and Brett French, the outdoor editor of the Billings Gazette, in 1 minute.
Escape the ordinary. Come On In Hotel and Suites in Missoula, Bozeman, and Billings features family-friendly lodging that offers a rustic atmosphere with resort amenities. Options include king or 2 queen bedrooms, roomy kitchenettes, or a relaxing jacuzzi suite. There's complimentary hot breakfast, guest laundry, a large pool, kiddie pool, 5 hot tubs, fitness center, and a beautiful indoor courtyard that features a rock waterfall. Escape the ordinary. The best value in lodging today is at the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Missoula, Bozeman, and Billings. Make your reservations online at comeonin.com. That's CMONINN.com.
In Miles City, shop Red Rock Sporting Goods. They are Montana outdoor approved for hunting and fishing, Captain.
Well, they certainly are. 25 before 8, Montana Outdoor Radio Show. Brett French, the outdoor editor of the Billings Gazette, is on the phone this morning. Mr. French, good morning.
Good morning, Captain.
You did a great job of summarizing the outdoor bills that would affect outdoorsmen and women. And I think we want to talk about that at length. They can go on montanooutdoor.com and view the whole thing. But let's start off with the Montana upland bird hunters are going to get 10-day head start. Now, this doesn't start this year. It's in 2026, correct?
Correct, right. So, yeah, it would, for years now, the Fish and Wildlife Commission and FWP has been hearing complaints about crowding, especially in eastern Montana. And there's been complaints about people bringing in bird dogs to train, trailer loads of bird dogs. You hear these tales of lots of out-of-staters coming in. Obviously, social media has driven some of that. There's, been like Pheasants Forever did their Rooster Road trip here and highlighted, some of the public lands and places to go. So I think that probably drove a lot of the traffic. And especially when you look at the numbers in eastern Montana on block management, like up in that northeastern Region 6, almost half of I think it was at least half of the users were out of state, and it was almost 40% down in southeastern Montana using block management. And block management numbers have dropped by almost 900,000 acres in the past 12 years. So you're getting more people, and the trends are showing that more people are spending more time afield too. So I mean, especially if you're coming in from out of state, you're not just gonna spend a day. And the Fish and Wildlife Commission, thought about limiting non-residents before through delaying the season, and that didn't pass. But this bill worked its way through the legislature, and it'll give residents a 10-day head start. Does not apply to mountain grouse, and does not apply to private land. So if you've got an outfitter, with access to private property, that it doesn't affect them.
So one of the issues, I think, with non-residents is that they bring a lot of their money, or a lot of the block management money comes from the non-residents' fees that they pay for licenses, correct?
Correct. Yeah, it's like 75% of the budget for FWP, and that's another thing the legislature passed was an increase in that hunting fee for non-residents. The proposal was to bump it up to $100. Governor cut that in half to about 50. So that'll still raise, I think it's over $3 million additional dollars for block management. The problem too, though, is that the cost of block management acreage has gone up considerably since the program started. So you're having to pay more to get less. But still, that's a huge investment in block management access if we can find people willing to join up.
Yeah, Brett, as downrigger, I just talked with the bureau chief, the big game bureau chief for the FWP. In fact, he'll be on a podcast next week. And he was saying that is going to make a pretty huge difference, about $2.8 million more dollars to get that. And he said that is one of the big keys. So this was a timely deal.
Yeah, and that goes hand in hand with residents and non-residents will see a slight increase in their upland bird hunting license, and that will go to the Upland Game Bird Habitat Enhancement Program. And that helps, to increase habitat for native and those non-native pheasant that we all like to chase. And through that program also, the private landowners do allow public access. So I can't quite remember the number. I want to say it's like 700,000 acres that provided in the last season. But that's another great program for upland game bird hunters. Another win for them.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, talk a little bit about this fish pond bill.
Wow, yeah.
That passed.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's crazy how many of those permit applications come across my desk every week. There's at least a few of them, and you're surprised when you look at there's like 10,000 fish ponds across the state as of like a couple of years ago, and it seems like there's more of them now. And so FWP was trying to get its hands around how to pay for all that extra permit processing and, assessments on these ponds. So the proposal that came out of a study committee this past summer was to raise that fee. That did get cut back during the legislature, but it's still quite a big jump. It used to be like $10 to get a permit, and now it's $600. So that still doesn't completely cover FWP's costs.
Right.
And it's good for 10 years. So, but it does help them with some of that expense to monitor those ponds. And the ponds are a concern because, of course, they have to be planted with fish. And if it's a private pond, you can't get fish from FWP hatcheries. It has to come from somewhere else, and there's very few of those hatcheries left. There's only a couple in the state. So some people are going out of state and getting their fish, and there's concern about them importing aquatic invasive species.
Exactly.
It's a whole other ball of wax.
Yeah, that's a huge concern. So, that's one more thing for FWP to monitor and worry about, especially in the waterways. Once it gets in the water, that's really hard to shake.
Brett, one that I found interesting, a House bill that I found interesting, and I think just even if you said the term lab-grown meat to a lot of our listeners, they'd go, blah. Let me demonstrate. Downrigger, Kootenai, lab-grown meat.
Blah.
See?
That's gross.
The what is it? The manufacture and the sale of lab-grown meat will not be allowed in Montana come this fall, or maybe it's in effect now.
Silent green.
Some of my organs are lab-grown.
But it sounds like there's some pretty stiff fines or sentences come October if you're trying to do it, right?
Yeah, I just heard about that one as well, and it's an unusual bill considering that we don't have either of those. But
let's not ever have.
We don't have sales or lab-grown meat produced here, but that's obviously a protection of our near and dear cattle producers to protect their incomes.
For sure.
Yeah. Well, it also works real well with the Kootenai Quinn oven. Anything.
Choking.
I made
with
my own.
Yeah.
Can't remember how many times my mom used to say, "You're not getting up from the table till you finish your lab-grown meat."
Right.
I threw that in the lab.
Puking with Kootenai from the laboratories of MontanaOutdoor.com.
Mr. French, hey, appreciate the information. Great job, and they can get details of that at MontanaOutdoor.com on your special report of the wrap-up of the 2025 legislative session.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Time now.
Yeah.
Should we give away a $27 gift card from our lab-grown Montana Club?
Heck yeah.
Yeah, now they don't have any lab-grown meat, that's for
No,
sure. They
they've
got
got
the real thing, man.
We'd be happy to, Captain. We're the Montana Club helping us celebrate 27 years of the Montana Outdoor Radio Show with a $27 gift card that you can win right now if you have not won any prize in the past 6 months. And you can use that at any Montana club in the state of Montana for a great lunch or dinner. So if you'd like to win that $27 gift card, number to call, 406-721-1290. If you haven't been a winner of any kind in the past 6 months, 721-1290. And we'll be back with that winner in 30 seconds.
Any angler can put bait on a lure, but good anglers know that catching fish requires more than just baiting your hook. At the Montana Club, we just don't serve you food. Any restaurant can do that. At the Montana Club, we serve you made-from-scratch entrees. That's why we call ourselves the Montana Club. Montana families keep coming back for our uncompromising cut-above USDA Choice and Prime certified Angus beef steaks for dinner. The Montana Club is something for everyone. Catch the flavor of the Montana Club in Missoula, Butte, Kalispell, Great Falls, and Billings, where they're always happy to see you and proud to serve you.
Well, we say good morning. Welcome to the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. What is your name and where are you calling from?
This is Russell from Park City, Montana.
Hey, Russell. How are things with you today?
Pretty good.
All right, good job.
Shining.
Yeah.
Nice and cool.
Not too far from a Montana club in Billings. And let me put you on hold so we can get your mailing address. We'll get that Montana Club gift card mailed out to you. All right, Russell?
Thank you. Thank you guys very much.
All right, thank you. When we come back, of course, besides the captain, we'll have another captain on. It'll be Captain Matt McComb. Fish on charters at
He's been
Flathead.
hot lately,
Oh,
man.
my goodness,
He's
yeah.
been catching them.
When the Montana Outdoor Radio Show continues, please stay close.
Attention anglers, when it comes to fishing, only one name stands above the rest: Warrior Boats. Built by fishermen for fishermen, Warrior Boats deliver unmatched stability, performance, and reliability in any waters. From tournament days to quiet mornings, Warrior Boats are designed to help you conquer the water with ease. Built tough and built right. Built for warriors like you. Find your ultimate fishing machine today at warriorboatsinc.com. Warrior Boats. Go farther, fish longer, and own the Montana waters.
Save some money and get the quality tire care you've trusted for over 45 years from your friends and neighbors at Tire-Rama. Now through May 31st, save up to $70 on a set of select Cooper tires, including some of Cooper's newest tires, like Pro Control, Discoverer Road and Trail AT, Discoverer Stronghold AT, or Endeavor and Endeavor Plus. Get on the road and into a new set of Coopers. Visit your neighborhood Tire-Rama before May 31st for this offer, or go to Tire-Rama.com for more details.
River and open water fishing can be very productive this time of the year when you know what the fish are biting on. When you shop your Montana Outdoor approved sporting goods store, you get the best product, service, and advice. In Butte, shop Three Bears Alaska. In Helena, shop Capital Sports. In Lewistown, shop the Sports Center. And in Miles City, shop Red Rock Sporting Goods. They all have local knowledge and are Montana Outdoor approved for hunting and fishing.
When it comes to farming, ranching, or even fishing and hunting, you need a truck you can rely on. Even more, you need a buying experience that's hassle-free. Look no further than Missoula Chevrolet, locally owned and operated right here in Missoula, Montana. They offer one low price, plain and simple, always. With over 350 vehicles, including the tried and true Silverado light-duty and heavy-duty trucks, they are proud to be the Captain's Truck Center.
That's so true. I depend on the experts at Missoula Chevrolet to find me the perfect Chevy Silverado to get me where the fish are biting and the game can be hunted. I travel the entire state, and my 3/4-ton Silverado makes it easy to tow my fifth wheel and boat at the same time. And you can't beat the comfort of the interior. It's simple. I trust the non-commissioned experts at Missoula Chevrolet for all my truck needs.
Find out for yourself exactly what the Captain is talking about. Find your next Chevy truck at Missoula Chevrolet. Together, let's drive at MissoulaChevrolet.com.
Looking for the captain 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Log on to MontanaOutdoor.com. Here's more of the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Ladies and gentlemen in Glasgow, be sure to shop D&G Sports and Western. They are Montana Outdoor approved for hunting and fishing. Captain?
All right, thanks a lot, Director. We have Captain Matt from Fish On Charters. How you doing there, Captain Matt? I understand you're on the water.
Captain, after 20-plus years of doing radio reports with you, it never fails. When you guys call, we got to fish on.
Fish on!
We are magic, aren't we?
I just told Miguel that we're waiting for that first bite, so let's get this radio show going now, baby.
Yeah. How many lines do you have out?
I only got 9 rods out right now.
Monday, Tuesday. So, what's the fishing report, Matt?
It's been one of those weeks where we've got wind, we got tons of rain, so the mud's really coming in out of the Flathead River. So find a mud line. We're just kind of, I don't know, it's like almost chocolate milk right now, but we're looking for that green, clear water. But we're trolling mostly surface stuff, rapalas and spoons on the surface. That's where all that nutrients and stuff coming out of the river right now, and the minnows are right on the surface right now. So, yeah, it's been good. It's been a great week. Lots of rain. Turn your sprinklers off if you're around here. Don't really need your sprinklers on with this much rain. But it's supposed to get a lot of rain tomorrow. But things are looking good for the lake. The lake's coming up. Real good. So the boat launches are good. Probably the next 2 weeks we'll be in the marina, so we'll have enough water for the docks in there. But yeah, our website's up, fishonmt.com. Everything's going good. We're booking trips now, so give us a call at 844-FISH. Enjoy this week, guys. Have fun out there. Be safe, and we'll talk to you all next week.
Hold on now.
Yeah, and don't forget, gang, new for this year is for the entire Flathead River, you can only use single-pointed hooks. So remember that out there. Sometimes people get a little confused with that, being that it's connected to the lake and all. So.
Well, it's very rare that I even have any hook that's pointed.
They're always in the fish's mouth
He's
with
so
Matt.
boastful, isn't he?
Yeah.
That's right, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks for the call. We'll talk to you all next week. Be safe out there. Give us a call, 844-FISH. Have a great week, and keep the rod tips up and the net wet.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Captain?
You know, you guys ever notice that more and more correspondents can hardly wait to get off the telephone?
Yeah.
When they're talking
He
to
did
them?
have a little bit going on, but
yeah. I found that's pretty much most people all the time with me.
I've noticed that more and more correspondents say they got to go because they've got a fish on the line, even if they're at their shop or something.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I got a fish on my.
Oh yeah. Oh, well,
I thought you said you were driving.
Yeah.
That's okay.
It's a handy line.
Okay. You got to have thick skin. Thick lab skin to be able to work on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe this isn't the appropriate time to tell all you guys that I am lab grown.
oh,
Yeah.
I was going to confess I'm genetically modified.
Yeah. I knew you knew that something was up.
I thought it was a
the fellas. They're oblivious, but I knew you knew.
I thought it was a tattoo till I looked closer and it says USDA approved.
Yeah.
Right there.
It's my VIN number.
Yes.
Director, I could tell by your tail that you try to hide every Saturday morning and your pointed ears.
Yeah. I'm glad. I feel so much better now.
Yeah.
I feel like a weight has been lifted.
You don't have to hide anymore. Yeah.
We'll be back to wrap her up right after this.
Lucky Diamond Casino and Liquor Store wants to remind you when you head to the lake, stop in and pick up your beverages in non-breakable containers. And please, don't leave cans or plastic behind. This message brought to you by Lucky Diamond Casino and Liquor Store at the corner of Brooks and South Reserve, Missoula.
Hey, want to know what your home is really worth in today's marketplace in less than 60 seconds from a real estate professional who truly knows the demand in your market and is selling homes every single day? Hey, your friend Sean Hannity here. And as an active investor in real estate and a homeowner myself, I rely heavily on smart local agents who personally live in the market and sell a high volume of homes so they can give me a truly accurate gauge on what homes will sell for right now. I'm talking about Jason Baker of Rise Realty, Montana. He has a home selling system that truly is on a whole different level. Now, his superior marketing in many cases sells homes at or over asking price. Now, sell your home for the most money. Just go to the website and click on What's My Home Worth? And you will immediately see the minimum your home can sell for in seconds. Online, jasonbakerteam.com. That's jasonbakerteam.com. And get the marketing and money your home deserves.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed mold, mildew, bowing walls, or water in your basement? I hope not, but if you have, your basement is losing the war against groundwater. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Available at Lucky Diamond Casino and Liquor Store, grab-and-go cocktails, Crown, High Noon, and Cutwater, just to name a few. Great for backyard barbecues or your next camping trip. And don't forget the ice, just $2.50 a bag at Lucky Diamond Casino and Liquor Store at the corner of Brooks and South Reserve, Missoula.
The year's best selection and best deals. It's Kubota Orange Days at Big Sky Kubota, May 16th and 17th. See the huge inventory of Kubota zero-turn mowers, the latest utility vehicles, and top-selling compact tractors. Amazing Kubota finance offers. See dealer for details. Big Sky Kubota will be giving away prizes and serving up some tasty goodies during this exciting event. Friday, May 16th from 8 to 5 and Saturday, May 17th from 8 to 4 at Big Sky Kubota, 3 miles west of the Missoula Airport on Highway 10. What an awesome time to think Kubota Orange.
Good morning, everybody. This is the Captain. Before we wrap up the Montana Outdoor Radio Show, I want to invite you to join us every Friday morning from our local fishing program, Catching the Big Ones, live on the banks of brooks at Paradise Falls. We'll help you get ready for a weekend of fishing with area reports and advice and try to make you a winner with our weekly trivia. Catching the Big Ones every Friday morning, 8 to 9, live from Paradise Falls on News Talk, KGVO AM 1290 and FM 98.3.
Thanks for joining us this morning on the Montana Outdoor Radio Show. Once again, here's the captain and his crew.
And wrapping it up here on this Saturday morning, Memorial Day weekend is next weekend, so it should be nice. Beware of the weather coming in. By the way, if you need information on Canyon Ferry, Silos RV is open 7 days a week. There was some confusion there where one of our guys said they couldn't get a hold of them, but they are open 7 days a week. What, 7 to 9? Is that right, Don Berger?
That is correct, sir.
And Brett's RV in Missoula is celebrating Grizz Day there, and they got they got Monty the mascot and all that stuff. That goes from 10 until 2, I believe. They probably have stuff for the kids to do and everything else, so check that out. And let's see, what else is there going on there as we wrap her up?
Oh, man, there are so many things. You know, we've got the rivers now open for the bait fishing and that. I mean, it goes on and on. But I will recommend check your regulations because there's always these little areas and spots.
Places.
And
Never mind all that. What's the captain going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do,
as far as
Captain?
fishing this weekend?
Well, I'm going to do whatever the captain does. He doesn't know what he's going to do until he does it.
Wow.
I will tell you this, log on to MontanaOutdoor.com because it's been a busy site. We had 135,000 page views a couple of days ago, just in one day. So a lot of good information on there.
Yep.
Have yourself a good weekend, everybody.
Hello, this is Pastor Tom Lamons from Lighthouse Baptist Church. We are a church for the whole family because, well, we are a family.